What is up, everybody? Welcome to the AEW Dynamite post show for September to Remember / AEW All Out predictions. We're going to get it all in on this video here. So, hey, Reg, how are you?
It's your favorite rapper, your favorite writer, your favorite podcaster. Doing great. It is September. That was a September to remember? Question mark. I don't know, but I'm happy to be here. We got a sick card going into All Out this weekend. And there's a lot of stuff that happened on the show today. Which part do you remember, Denise?
None of it. It's all a big giant blob to me. A big giant blob
Big
of
Bob.
stuff that happened on September to remember.
Mm-hmm.
But no, seriously, we got to get into the show. There were a couple of highlights that I really enjoyed. Overall, I thought we got a lot of good matches, which was really enjoyable. I really loved. There was a couple moments that I really loved, but I want to start off though with Kyle Fletcher and Hangman Page because that one's the one that played out at the top of the show and also played out at the end of the show as well. But what I liked from this is that we have been waiting to see Kyle Fletcher kind of come out into his own skin, gain his own confidence. We've been seeing it so much over and over. He's consistently showing that. And I thought that on today's promo, Reg, when he was basically saying, like, I'm going to be that guy. I'm better than you were in 2019. That's who I am. I kind of thought there was a couple good points that Kyle Fletcher made during this when he, went face to face with Hangman Page during this contract signing. And then, of course, getting the upper hand on Hangman afterwards, putting him through the table at the closing of the show. We all know Kyle's not going to take this win, but I think we're in store for a really great match.
Yeah, I think his confidence level is at the exact place you would want Kyle Fletcher to be going into a world title match. I love this promo as compared to the promo from a few weeks ago where he was kind of reiterating the points that had been thrown upon him with Will Ospreay of like, you're not ready for this moment. It's not this. It's not your time yet. You still need to develop. You're a young guy. It's going to be your time, but it's not your time. I like this promo today of Hangman kind of set up the thing of like the Don Callis family can't be involved. It's just going to be you. Kyle came out like you can put any stipulation. My title could be gone if the Don Callis family comes. They be banned from Wingside. We can have any kind of match you want. Nothing's going to stop me from getting to All Out and getting this world title match. I've done it all here that I needed to do to get to this moment. And now I'm going to beat you in this match, Hangman Adam Page. I'm better than you were when you first won the world title, and I'm better than you are now. And I'm going to beat you on Saturday. I think it was a great way to show that Kyle is more than just a great wrestler. Because we were talking about it during the promo, Denise, when Don Callis kind of started it and was like, Kyle Fletcher's here. Here's all the reason. I was like, well, Kyle talking is what really is going to get this over. And so when he started talking, started doing his thing, I said earlier, I think there's a babyface run in Kyle Fletcher's future. And I think this promo shows exactly what it's going to be like if it does get to that point. Like it was a great way for him to get into the world title match. Like you said, nobody really believes that he's going to win, but now we're like, you deserve to be here and you're going to put on an amazing match.
Not only that, I think this promo proved once again that Kyle Fletcher does not need to be in the Don Callis family at all. In fact, I think that the next step after this match with Hangman is to get Kyle the F out of the Don Callis family.
You think so already?
Yes,
This is
already. Reg, he's got to break out, spread his wings, and be his own man. I'm sorry, there are too many people in the Don Callis family, and they got so many good workers in there. All of them really are. I think there's other guys that need more help from Don Callis than Kyle Fletcher. To me, is not one of those guys who needs it. It just feels like excess at this point.
That's fair. I think that initially when he was developing and coming into what they wanted him to be, I think Don Callis represented exactly what he needed to really put him over as a heel and really put him in those positions. You got Don Callis saying, this is the future. This is the guy. He's beat Ospreay. Like all that's helped. But I think at this point, like you're saying, he's not bigger than the Don Callis family, but bigger than that position of needing this extra boost because he could do it all himself. He could do it in the ring. He could talk. He can get over why Kyle Fletcher is so special himself.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And unfortunately, Kyle Fletcher, He did the thing you're not supposed to do at the end
Kyle.
of the show. Picking up that AEW World Championship, holding it side by side with the TNT Championship. Kyle, why? I feel like AEW should know better at this point, right?
Heat of the moment. I think, Kyle was really cooking there at the end. He said during the promo, like, we were not supposed to touch each other during this contract signing, but before the night is over, I'm going to leave you dead in that ring. And I think he did that. There's that, wrestling history shows if you pose with the belt before it's yours, you're probably not going to win it. But what if Kyle shocks the world on Saturday, Denise? What
Get
if
out of here, Reg. You know I'm the biggest Kyle Fletcher fan. And let's be real, we all know that's not going to happen.
I know it's just not time. I think Hangman has so much more to do as world champion, but it's a good foil to possible.
Started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way. All right, we got Infamous Raider Loco who says, oh wait, I already read that one. My apologies. Okay, this is from Enigma 316. Enigma, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, the E don't got shit on All Out. Lol.
Enigma saying this is hilarious and kind of ironic.
Enigma 316.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I love that. It's funny. Look, it's gonna be crazy madness here on Saturday, by the way. I just be ready for it. It's gonna be crazy. By the way, the plan for that day, in case you guys haven't seen my social media post, is I will be streaming All Out. I'm pretty sure that All Out and WrestlePalooza is going to overlap, and I'm expecting it to maybe be like an hour and a half, maybe even of overlap. I'm not exactly sure how long because AEW shows go hella long. But my plan is as soon as that's over, get into WrestlePalooza, watch whatever is happening live, and then rewind and watch whatever I didn't see while the overlap was going on.
Good luck. That sounds crazy because there's definitely going to be overlap.
And then after that, we'll do the WrestlePalooza review and then the All Out review. Oh my God, just end it now, Reg. End it now. I can't.
Do you guys hear what I have to do? I have to leave off the stream. I have to come back after all the shit to talk about the show.
I gave you the option, Reg. I did not say that this was mandatory. I said, if you don't want to come back, I will ride solo. And you were like, I'll come back. I was just saying, guys, Reg had the option. He was not forced.
Come on, you guys. Why all the way at the end of the night? Why can't we do the thing and then you watch the whole other show?
Because, Reg, I have to just look. Just come back later. Just come back later, all right? Damn. The schedule's already been thought out. Thank you, Enigma. We got John Taylor here who says, and if you want a September to remember with your loved one, Blue Chew, promo code Denise. It was so easy this week. Denise, right there.
The 21st of September. Yeah, there. Easy as that.
Thank you, John. Oh my God. All right. So let's get to this. We got a couple more items to get into for this 3-hour show. John Moxley, Roderick Strong. John Moxley defeated Roderick Strong. Any thoughts on that match, Reg?
What are your thoughts on this, Denise? That's what we really need to hear going into this.
Look, Roderick Strong came in fiery. So many chops were thrown. I respect that. That was the extent of my feelings on that.
So many chops were thrown. I respect that. It's a wild ass review.
I'm sorry. Why should I be interested in this match? Tell me, Reg, as why? Well, what would make me want to care specifically about John Moxley and Roderick Strong?
The Death Riders, baby. What's Darby Allin going to do when he gets involved in this? We got a big coffin match on Saturday.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm very excited about that.
John Moxley is getting prepared for that. John Moxley has been on, don't let Denise tell you, a tremendous run post losing his world championship to Hangman Adam Page. I think the work that he's been doing in the ring has been tremendous. And I love the work that he did today against Roderick Strong. He was trying to work a Roderick Strong style match. Denise was talking about chops. He was going after Roderick Strong with chops, and we know how Roderick Strong kind of works like that. Denise is being funny. She said he was going 1,000 miles per hour, Roderick Strong. She was questioning.
I didn't say all that, Reg.
She was questioning.
I said he was a little fiery, okay?
The last time.
I'm not saying that he was going 1,000 miles per hour, okay? Because I've seen 1,000 miles per hour.
You need to put some respect. Remember I used to say you didn't like Roderick Strong? And you're like,
Roderick Strong.
What about my costume that one time?
Why I should care about this match.
It's a great match. What do you mean? What do you care about it? These are two guys going toe to toe, bar for bar,
Look,
slapping each
Reg, you
other,
don't have to
beating each
tell me
other
how
up.
wrestling works, okay? I watch every week, okay? I know what they're supposed to do in the ring, all
Like I
right?
said, not a fan of Roderick Strong. Here it is on display. This was a tremendous match between two wily veterans going after it and really furthered along these programs.
Well, you mentioned Darby Allin, and let me tell you something that I did love on this show.
What?
That sit down with him and Brian Danielson. Brian doing not even an interview, it was a conversation with him and Darby, who have a history, shared past, etc. And we finally got to see some Darby Allin Mount Everest footage.
Yes.
And I don't know if they've announced like a documentary or a vlog or anything, but from what I saw, it looks like Darby definitely documented the entire thing.
Yep.
One of the clips that they showed, he was talking and it looked like he was crying. And he
Mm-hmm.
was talking about how he saw a bunch of dead bodies, thought he was gonna die at one point. Okay, I'm sorry, but I need to get all of the video. Like, where is the documentary? Where is the vlog? Anything? I want to see more. I was so happy that they finally showed some more footage here. And then the big thing that I'm not really sure what to make of is that Darby wanted Brian's word that he's not going to get involved in the match with John Moxley. But Brian didn't necessarily, did he agree? I don't think he ever agreed. They did agree, right?
Yeah.
But then afterwards he said, I don't even know. They ended up whispering to each other and it seemed like a promise was made.
Yeah, what happened was Darby was like, I want your word that you're not gonna interfere. If there whatever's happening during this coffin match, you know the Death Riders are gonna be involved. Whatever happens, don't get involved because I still regret what happened at Wrestle Dream. I don't want essentially another Brian Danielson thing to be on my head. And then Brian's like, yes, I'll give you my word. I won't do it. He's all, but I want you to give me your word that, and then that's when he whispers over to Darby. So we don't know what Brian said to him, but it's something concerning this, and they don't want it to know. I'm guessing by the show we'll get the full whatever the secret was and the full kind of telling behind this. But I thought this little thing, like Denise is saying, was tremendous. This is the interview and video that we've been waiting for since Darby Allin returned back from Mount Everest. Of like, show what it took to do that. Show how crazy it is when you get to Mount Everest. To have Darby talking about how it's not easy. You can't take, like, he didn't take a helicopter and get dropped off and take a selfie, hop back on the helicopter and fly out of there. Like, he really climbed this mountain. He really could have died alongside all those bodies. This really was a tremendous feat. He planted the AEW flag. So like, like what it took for all of that and why he was gone for so long. And it took them a little bit to get there, but this is exactly the kind of story you want to tell with Darby Allin. I think with the story they're trying to tell with Hangman Adam Page as the world champion, you don't want to give Darby this much sympathy right off the bat, because now he has the sympathy and people are like gonna be even grow even greater with their love for Darby Allin, just because we really know what he went through. We got to see video of it. We got to kind of put some context behind him climbing that mountain. And that adds even more to what this feud is of like, I will die for just a good time, essentially, climbing this mountain because I like to thrill. What do you think I'll do to John Moxley when I have this purpose, when I'm trying to save this company, when I'm trying to dismantle this group, when I'm trying to become the AEW World Champion? Just kind of shows what Darby Allin would do for this.
I think I know the promise.
What is it?
I think the promise is that he's going to end the Death Riders, like, officially forever. Like, officially forever. Like, after this, no more Death Riders.
You think this one match, this is not a lot of build up to dismantling them?
This is good enough build up for me.
Oh, come on.
I mean, what else would Brian Danielson want?
I mean, I think it's something like that, like cut the head off of the snake or whatever, like get them to kick John Moxley out, some kind of story like that.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I mean, you were thinking about it. What else would it be? It would be break up the group and dismantle them completely.
I mean, that's been Darby Allin's MO through all of this of like, I'm going to dismantle that, starting with John Moxley. I'm going to start at the top and really end this group like they tried to end me.
Well, see, now they got to go through with it. Come on. You mentioned that you listened to the Darby interview with Jericho and that Jericho said that the video of Darby holding up the flag at the Mount Everest, the AW flag, I want, and that he said that that should be in the intro of Dynamite. Dude,
Yep.
they should 100% do that. I hope that does happen, by the way.
I mean, that's the one thing where I was like, you don't even have to tell me the whole story of what he did at Mount Everest, but you at least got to show him planting your flag. He took that flag along. Like, he made a kid of like, these are all the things that I need. And one of those things was the flag for this company, so I could put it up top there. If they had it at the intro of Dynamite and he's seeing that flag planted on top of Mount Everest, that shit would be hard. That was a great suggestion from Chris Jericho.
Yeah, for reals. Alrighty, Bobby Lashley versus Toa Liona.
Bobby
With Bobby
Lashley.
Lashley, of course, getting the win here. But there was a sick moment during this match that I
Ooh.
really like. I'm gonna be real with you. I wasn't expecting that much from this match. I really wasn't. And I went into it going, oh, I'm pleasantly surprised by some of the action that we're getting here. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I don't often see like Toa Liona wrestle in a singles match, hardly
Mhm.
ever, if ever, that I recall.
Yeah, that's not really a part what the Gates of Agony are here to do. They're here to be a unit. They're here to kind of represent together. We've seen Toa with Khan for so long. That's kind of our vision of him. So seeing him against Lashley when they announced the match, everybody's like, meat match is going to be something crazy. Like the Denise is describing here, maybe the sickest, craziest bump of the whole night. Toa Liona has Bobby Lashley up on the apron and he hits a sick Samoan drop that Bobby Lashley like looked like a car crash the way that like Lashley like slammed
Snapped him.
against
Like, I swear I saw
snapped him.
Bobby Lashley's body snap.
The way he slammed against the apron, it was like just a violent landing for both guys. I think kind of what Denise is the line that she's walking here. We usually when we see Bobby
Why do
Lashley,
you have to say it like that? The
because
line that she's walking
Because you
here.
weren't trying to say it. I know what you're trying to say. Usually, when we see Bobby
Tell me what I'm
Lashley,
trying to say.
he throttles fools. He runs through guys. When Hurt Syndicate's here, he just beats guys up. But there was a lot of this match
We
that
actually got a wrestling match, is
there
what
you
I'm saying.
go.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine,
Yeah.
fine.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there you
Yes.
go.
It wasn't just a squash match. Toa was getting his shit off. He was in there. He got that big Samoan drop on the apron. Like he looked like he could win this match. And I think going into this match this weekend, the trios match with the Hurt Syndicate and Ricochet and Gates of Agony, you have to believe that Gates and Ricochet could do something to these guys. Because, like we're describing, every time we've seen the Hurt Syndicate, they're just beating fools' ass. They're running through guys. We've seen them beat the Gates of Agony before for the World Tag Team Championship. So we're like, well, why are they running this back? What's it going to mean? I think last week, Khan getting a victory. This week, Toa showing that I can go to work with Bobby Lashley and them kind of showing they can hang, I think is the way to get some kind of stakes to this match where it doesn't just seem like a match on the card. It seems like something's going to happen. MVP getting involved and fighting Ricochet and showing that I'm not just here to be the manager. I'm in this match and I'm going to be fighting you guys too.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, we actually got an actual matchup where the other guy got to get some shine in. And so, hey, that was a win for me. All right. I'm sorry. What? We know what to expect from Bobby Lashley in AEW from
You're
what we've
right.
seen.
You're right. You're right. You're right. He
We
did
know
get
what
some
to
shine.
expect from the Hurt Business. We've seen it.
Yeah, I mean that's the game. So shout out to Toa for doing his thing.
All right. I'm sorry if I walked a fine line there. But, anyways, we got to get into something that obviously the Canadian crowd was very excited for, which was Christian Cage and Adam Copeland and FTR. A little bit of back and forth here with FTR, basically trying to make it seem like Adam and Christian Cage were that this was a dream match for them. And basically, they, told them, like, hey, man, like, we're out here making all of these accolades. Like, you guys are in contention for being one of the best tag teams. But guess what, buddies? Like, we've already been on that list for 20, 25 years, however many years. So it was a lot of that in this, back and forth. And then the big moment that really stood out was when Adam Copeland grabbed the mic and just like
That was
jabbed
Christian.
Dax. Oh, sorry, it was Christian. Was it Christian?
Hmm.
No, wasn't it
It was
Adam?
Christian. Yep.
Oh, yeah, it was
Hmm.
Christian because he had
Because
came
he had
out
the
and he
mic.
had said, oh,
Hmm.
yeah. Okay, so Christian Christian hit Dax with the microphone right in the side of the mouth, bro. And
Woo.
it looked nasty when you saw it. But then, like a couple minutes later after the melee, you see Dax is like legit busted open. Like so much blood is pouring out of him. And I'm looking at that and I'm like, yo, is that supposed to happen?
And Dax looked fired up. It didn't look like he looked like
He was
there's some.
mad. He looked
Yeah,
mad.
yeah. He
Yeah.
looked hot. He looked like things escalated a little bit. I know Christian's a legend and he, he understands how things work, but that looked a little bit, that looked pretty on the line. Yeah, at points I was like, maybe there should have been physicality to start it off, but I like where they eventually got to because FTR started talking and I'm like, what are these guys saying? What is this? I don't really understand where we're going here. Like, Cash told a story about being friends with Cope and helping and him being helped on his way up. And we all know the history that Cope kind of has with FTR. So they kind of get over this story of like, we know this fool. We're kind of happy he's here, but we're going to end this whole thing. Soon as Cope started talking in the crowd, shout out to the Canadian crowd who was hot the whole night. They just wanted to hear Cope and Christian talk their shit. Like when they started going down the accolades, like Denise described when Cope was like, you guys want to be the best tag team. We've been the best tag team for 25 years. 25 years ago, they told us that shit. The crowd's like, yes, this is the stuff we want to hear. We want to see our Canadian heroes be our Canadian heroes. So them kind of getting on, talking their shit. Christian got on, did his heel thing. I think it was a really great way to do that. But yeah, like you're describing, that shot with the microphone and Dax looking all hot and the mouth is all bleeding. I'm like, I think it added to the match, but some
No, it
receipts are
did.
coming.
Yeah, it definitely did. Like, it really made me think, like, yo, I mean, I know The Rock said everything's a work, but damn, it had me thinking, is there some like real beef going on there between these guys? I don't know.
It could just be heat of the moment. They're trying to sell this match with a card full of some very entertaining hard shit we're gonna see. So they have to be different than all the other stuff we've seen.
For reals. All right, the Young Bucks are loaded again, and they defeated Bang Bang Gang here in an AEW Tag Team 4-way ladder match qualifier. Jesus, that is a long, long title. But they advance in this tournament here. And now they're loaded. They got money. They even gave 10K to Renee just for doing an interview. They got the fancy clothes, all of that. So things are looking up for the Young Bucks. Anything stood out to you in this matchup?
Yeah, besides the kind of all out sell that we're doing for this show, the go home show to All Out, I think it was mostly a tag team wrestling episode. As we see, they were getting the other three teams for the ladder match here at All Out. And a lot of it was just great tag team wrestling. The Bang Bang Gang, the crowd loves them. They have for a long time, but we haven't really gotten a match where we can super get behind them. They've been involved in some angles. They haven't gotten time to like flesh out something since they've returned. And I think this was that match. You get in there with the Young Bucks, you let them start doing their thing. They're with the money, so they're changing their gimmick a little bit so they can work the match a little bit different. But when they start going off on all cylinders, that's when the shit happened. And they got to that in this match. The crowd was behind it. The Bucks are going off. Juice and Austin are doing all the stuff they need to be in exactly positions to make this match go further. And they got to that fifth gear that you need to get with Young Bucks match. They got this is awesome. Like everything you would want from a great tag team match. But going into this, it's like, oh, they're doing a ladder match at All Out. Like, who needs to be in this match? The fucking Young Bucks need to be in this match with Bro Dito. So it was great to see them win this.
All right. Well, the Beast Mortos and Máscara Dorada, bro. So whoever won this match essentially went on to go to face Kanosuke Takeshita and Okada for the unified triple threat match that's happening at All Out. I really confidently went into this thinking that Beast Mortos was going to win and advance, and then he didn't.
He did not.
He didn't. I was so shocked, Reg. I'm excited for Máscara Dorada. I think it's going to be awesome, but dude, I was kind of a little sad for Beast Mortos there. But this is a matchup that we did end up seeing Takeshita and Okada have a little bit of a confrontation. Then Takeshita and Dorada had a little confrontation afterwards. It was cool wrestling-wise. I am really excited to see what we're going to get from this triple threat.
Yeah, because he adds a different element than like it's heated between Takeshita and Okada. Like they have something going, but Dorada's going to add, like they did at the end here, where Takeshita and Okada were arguing, and then Dorada came with the springboard. He's going to add that kind of unexpected element to this. The match, though, Dorada and Beast Mortos, Lucha display. We saw some shit, some wild ass arm drags, some wild ass Hurricane Ranas, some crazy flips and rolls, flipping and spinning all over this. Both guys were going tit for tat. Anything you can do, I can do better for type of deal. They kept up in the ante. Like you'd see something, one move, and then 3 minutes later, you see that same move, but elevated into something different. Just like a classic Lucha showcase. And we haven't gotten a lot of them recently here on Dynamite. And when we have, they're mostly trios matches or 8-man or like multiple wrestlers in it. It's great to see just a one-on-one who can really throw
With
the crate
time, they got
with
time too.
time, establishing who these guys are. Everybody's doing their best shit. They're trying to get to this big title match. Like this shit was awesome. I saw some shit in this that makes me go crazy. And like this is the classic Lucha shit that I think adds a separate element to Dynamite on this 3-hour show where, like I was saying, it's tag team kind of based and we're trying to sell these stories and these angles. You need just kind of a crazy ass showcase, and that's exactly what this was.
Alrighty, so we're gonna see that match. It's gonna be great. Women's action, we got to get into this. So Toni Storm has a promo on the stage, very typical stuff, nothing too crazy. She throws her little one-liners, but she's confronted by Jamie, by Chris Statlander, who all get their shit off, and it's very cool because I haven't really heard from either Jamie or Chris Statlander on the mic, especially in that kind of way. The way they set it up on the stage with Toni and the lights off, and they're all grabbing the mic, I thought that was really enjoyable. It's a
Yep.
different way to present the promos, right? But this then led into the match with Thekla and Queen Aminata, which I was kind of a little disappointed here because I was
Yeah.
really enjoying this no holds barred match. And then at some point during this matchup, it's when we switched into that third hour and we were watching on HBO Max and it didn't automatically go to the third hour and we didn't know, like we had no idea. We had to exit the stream, go find the collision stream, and then get on that stream to see the third hour. So we're sitting there waiting and we missed like about a minute of this match. But even with the minute that we missed though, Reg, I felt that by the time we came back, it still didn't feel like a long enough matchup though.
No, I think they definitely had some more time with what it seemed like most of the time was just spent getting the weapons ready and kind of establishing what kind of match this was. But all the stuff we had where they were interacting and knocking each other's heads off, the strikes in this
The
has
headbutt, that Queen Aminata through Thekla, yo.
I mean, the back and forth that they've been showing their whole feud have shown that both these women can throw some leather and both these women are trying to knock each other's heads off. And the back and forth in this, we're showing that. I think having a little plunder, there's some that spot where Thekla speared Aminata into the chair that was standing up and
Oh,
like hit
it
her
like
lower back.
carved right into her lower back. That looked so painful.
Yeah, just kind of stuff like that, things that we've never seen before, just added elements. There's weapons here. But I'm kind of with you, Denise. I think like 5, 6, 7 more minutes to really establish this thing, really show the hatred between these two would have gave it some kind of extra element. I think starting it with that great promo, like you described, with the 3 women kind of trying to say what they're going to do in this match. Tony was giving us like, I may lose my title this weekend vibes, and like nobody wants to hear that. As soon as she started talking, that the Canadian crowd was like, nah, everybody's like, Tony, I don't think it's their time. We don't really know if anybody in this match has been super established to win the championship right now. I think a lot of people are behind Jamie Hayter, and like if that happened, nobody would be mad at it, and that could be an element. So getting her in there, getting her back in the mix, I think has been great. Declan Aminata tore it up. I think, like you said, a little bit more time, it would have been a little bit better, but you get what you could get.
Yeah, I'm with you on all of that. That's kind of how I felt across the board, where it's like, yeah, I would love to see Jamie Hayter win that championship at some point, but I still think they need to like remind people why we love Jamie Hayter, why we're fans of hers, remind the people she was a former champion, retell her story so that we can get re-hyped for the possibility of Jamie Hayter as a future champion. Plus, I still feel like there's a bigger program that can be had there, specifically between Tony and Jamie Hayter. So, and they're
Agreed.
so different. They're so different. Like Jamie Hayter is so fiery, and Toni Storm, well, she's Toni Storm, right? She's quirky. She does her things. So that's something that I feel is appealing that I would want to see way more more of for sure.
Right.
Alrighty, so we also had a match between Kip Sabian and Kill Switch versus Jet Speed, with Jet Speed getting the W. Did anything stand out to you in this match here?
Well, yeah, they've been teasing this breakup or Kill Switch
Oh,
getting
yes, that's
away from
right.
the crew.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like in the match, there was moments where Kip Sabian's still trying to act like he's the leader, like he's running things for Luchasaurus, like Luchasaurus is like his little pet or something. So in this match, Kip Sabian pissed off Kill Switch. What's this guy's name? Is it Kill Switch? Is it Luchasaurus? It said Kill
I'm
Switch on the
calling
damn
him
thing. I
Luchasaurus.
thought his name was Luchasaurus. His name's Luchasaurus. So at one point in the match, Kip pisses off Luchasaurus and he tries to do some villainous, vile things to win the match. And Luchasaurus kind of turns the tables on him and gets the win for Jet Speed. We kind of knew going into this that Jet Speed and another ladder match combatants that you would need to have in this would be great. I love their tandem offense, the things when they get into high gear. They're one of the best tag teams in AEW. But I think the story elements of a lot of people think that Jack Perry is going to be the one to come and save Luchasaurus and get him back to prominence. And if that's what's going on here, I think that's a really good way to go.
I mean, he's not going to have anybody else. So who else would
Right.
be there for him? It feels like the perfect opportunity, the perfect opening for Jack Perry to come back. But here's my question: does Jack Perry come back as Jack Perry, or does he come back as Jungle Boy?
Got to come back with the.
So how do you go from all of that back to that?
It's a dream sequence. All that shit that happened when he wasn't Jungle Boy was fake.
It wasn't real. His beef with
Dream.
CM Punk, the real glass,
Never
the
happened.
scapegoat, the truck, the stuff with the Bucks, all of
Nope.
it never happened.
Run a thing on Dynamite where he's like, he wakes up and he's like, dude, I've been asleep for 3 years or something.
Up. Can you imagine if they did do that? Like he's a shot of him sleeping and the little
And he's like, oh, what? I've been asleep for that long, dude. None of that was real. And we're like, yeah, none of that was real. You're still Jungle Boy. And then he's just Jungle Boy again.
That's funny. If they do it with the dream sequence, I'm there for it. If not, I don't really know what to make of that, because it's one of those things where, to me, it feels like, okay, if you didn't succeed as Jack Perry, it almost feels like, it feels like a failure. You don't want to acknowledge that. Going backwards is kind of an acknowledgement of whatever you did failing.
Forget it. Who cares?
I care.
You're gonna have to.
That's a pride.
You're gonna have to acknowledge something, and that's gonna have to be it. So let's just move back.
I think we gotta find a happy medium between Jack Perry and Jungle Boy.
Because he can't be scapegoat. The scapegoat thing's not a thing. You're not escaping from anything.
I didn't even give a shit about the scapegoat stuff when he was doing it. That's done.
Right. So I think this is the part of the reason why he hasn't been brought back immediately, because they're trying to figure out what's the way to bring him back. But Luchasaurus has to play a role. It doesn't have to be Jungle. He can still be Jack Perry, but you need more Jungle Boy elements, as I think.
Right. Okay. Like be Jack Perry, but with the Jungle Boy persona.
Exactly. Right.
But don't be called Jungle Boy though.
No, don't be called just Jungle Boy. You're Jack Perry.
Right. Yeah. Or maybe he's gonna come back as Jungle Man.
No. No jungle thing.
He's all grown up. Yeah.
Georgia the jungle. No, this is crazy. It's not gonna work.
Oh man. Alrighty. Riho versus Robyn Renegade. Quick match. Riho gets the win, has a little confrontation there with Mercedes Moné. That's a match that's coming at All Out. Are you excited for this match? I think it's more so about what's gonna look like with them in the ring together. But story-wise, there is no story really.
Yeah, the story hasn't been the greatest of them telling it. It's kind of just like using matches, kind of using what Mercedes has been doing to sell the story. This was like kind of a quick run through. I thought they were gonna pull the trigger on the Renegades and Mercedes thing, but they just kind of teased it a little bit with Riho getting the victory with the crucifix bomb. Robyn helps for a little bit to get Riho off guard, and then Mercedes comes in and tries to take over. I think this more about when we get to the match with this card and the variety that it's going to add. And like I was saying, Riho's one of those, give her some time, let her build, let her get those babyface reactions behind her that they're going to kick into high gear. I think the match is going to be way more important than the story getting to the match.
Oh, that's a fact here. By the way, Neon Paradox Music says Jack was teased on BTE this week. He's coming one way or another.
That's right.
One way or another. We're going to find you. We're going to get you.
Gonna get you.
Right. Top Flight versus Josh. Excuse me. Top Flight versus Josh Alexander and Salcedo. This was a fun match. I liked this one. This was a good one. So we now see Josh Alexander and Salcedo also advance to the tag team ladder match that's happening at All Out.
Right. Yeah. You needed another heel tag team, somebody to combat like the Jet Speed and Brodito, because they're going to be doing this high flashy ass shit. And you need some guys that are kind of grounded. That's what Josh Alexander and Hechicero kind of represent in this match. Really kind of fun way to end Dynamite. Like I was saying, this is a tag team kind of specialty type of show. Having Top Flight in there. Skyflight is now their crew. Letting Hechicero get in there, do their roles and all this shit. Having Josh Alexander, a Canadian, main event the show. I think all those elements are super cool. This got me excited about the ladder match because I mean I'm not the biggest ladder matches fans because they're fucking dangerous, but I think all the guys involved.
Fun sucker, Reg. Come on. You know what? You are not allowed to get excited for that ladder match because I forgot you are anti-ladder matches.
It's dangerous, dude. All these people involved, everybody
wrestling
flipping.
is dangerous. You can take a suplex and blow out your fucking knee. Okay.
It's a lot different when flatters are flying, people are jumping off of things. Somebody always gets hurt. I just want everybody to be safe. That's it. I want everybody to have a good time.
If you want everybody to be safe, then I don't think you should be watching wrestling.
Not true.
All right, we're not all fucking holding hands, fucking doing Ring Around the Rosie. That's not what this is about.
Dude. Come on, dude. But yeah,
ladder matches are a part of this business. Suck it up and enjoy it.
Boo, 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 boo. I love so many people involved in this, though, that I'm going to be marking out for it when it happens. The Bucks are in it, my favorite tag team of all time. Jet Speed's here. Brodito's on a crazy-ass run. They should do something pretty amazing on Saturday.
Alrighty. Well, guys, that was our AEW Dynamite post show. So that is a wrap here for us today. But we are going to do another video after this. So if you're watching here on the live stream, hold on. We're still going to give you a little bit more. If you're watching here on the Dynamite recap.
What's happening? Hold on. I didn't know about any of this. Well, fill me in.
My Reg, I have to do an outro. If you're watching the AEW Dynamite video that has been posted, make sure to come back and also check out the predictions. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe and do not miss out on more daily pro wrestling content here on the channel. Bye.